Gut feelers, hello, happy Sunday, happy gut feelers Sunday. I'm excited you're here. Welcome. Greetings from Mexico. Oh, I forgot the microphone. Can you hear me now? So I'll say my speech again. Okay. Hey, gut feelers, how's the sound? Let me know. Just trying out this microphone and see if the background noise is too much, because there are horses, chicken, then it's like the weekend of celebrating the village, the 1 year village that I'm in. So it's like just once a year, and it's this weekend. So if you hear like horses or, rampa tampa music or cars coming by, then that's what it is all about. I can't really close the windows because if not, I'm going to die. It's very hot. It's very hot here, I think 30 degrees Celsius in the shade. And I'm doing some tea with some ice cubes in there and a little bit of stevia to make it sweet. And yeah, welcome everybody. Let me know from where you are joining. I already saw Reham is joining from Egypt. I assume it's hot over there as well. But maybe you're in the UK and you have like a cool head because it's in the evening and it's not hot. How is it going? Let me know. Let me know in the chat box. Hi, Steve. Hi, Scotty. Hi, George. Who else is here? Christy. Scotty. Great you are here. Great you made it. Welcome. All right. So before we dive into the... oh, yeah. Nice. Stevia's up in the garden growing. Great. Yeah, the green stuff, huh? The good green stuff. Stevia, I really like it. It's also really good for balancing blood sugar levels, improving the immune system. Yeah, and bringing like sweetness into your life in another way than sugar. So I really like that. Oh, Norway. Ah, cool head. Oh, you have so much nature over there. I love it. I love Norway. It's nice and green. Canada. Scotty from Canada. Okay, guys. So as more and more people hopping on, first of all, hi, Bert. First of all, I would love to do a little intro on how to improve your symptoms by using simple things like your hands, which are not really simple, but we are often overlooking them when we're just looking at, oh, what supplement could I take? What food should I eat? But then, just using your hands and a few simple things from energy medicine, how you can relieve pain, lower anxiety, improve your sleep. I would love to share them with you because they're very simple. And so far with the clients I've worked with and doing them by myself, it's really, really powerful, and it's just for free, so everybody can do it no matter what's your income. There's no excuse. All right. And before we do that, I would really, I was thinking about this, how to connect with you guys this Sunday, and one of the most powerful transformations I really feel is happening right now. It's not just happening in my business and for me and with the clients that I work with. It's also really sense like this is kind of there's a horse. Can you hear the horse? It's like a wave of awakening, or a wave of seeing things differently, growing as humanity that is happening. And I would love to comment a little bit on that, what I see. There's like a deep and very satisfying transformation happening. And one of the things that stood out for me, I had this week, I work with a lot of women rather for the one-on-one consultations. And this week I just had men. It was just men in the comments. I was like, this is impossible. I already asked my assistant, like, did you fake this? Did you just, make all them men? But no, everybody was a man. It's like very interesting. And one of the things that I feel is the most powerful to realize on anybody's healing journey, and also if you're not even dealing with any symptoms, the cockerel is agreeing with my statement that I haven't made yet, is that self-kindness and love, like kind of falling in love with your own healing journey, like having these this realization that life is not happening to you, that it's not your body is kind of false, or there's something broken in your body and we got to fix this now because we take this and this and this, and then your body is fixed and you can go on with your life. No, I really believe that, or I can feel it, that it's true, that our physical bodies, they are helping us to grow as a person. They're helping us to evolve. And so when I'm working one-on-one with a client, I'm always, when they share things with me, I'm always kind of digging deep. Are you satisfied with your work? What you're actually doing? Apart from talking about test results and things like that. When did those symptoms start? What was happening in your life? How's the emotional well-being of this person? And usually what comes up, like one of the biggest, most painful things are not even the symptoms, but is the judgment on top of the symptoms, right? With a few of the men that I worked with last week, or like this week, because it's Sunday, what they were dealing with was the self-image. Oh, I'm losing weight and now I'm not worthy anymore. I can't run the gym that I'm owning. I was so successful in running my own gym, or I was a really attractive guy and now I don't really feel, desirable anymore. I don't like to look in the mirror. So these things, like that we have this image of how we should be, and because we aren't that, something is wrong. Oh my God, there's so many different levels to this. It's probably going to come out clearer more and more in the work that we're doing here on Gut Feelings, and probably maybe in yourself as well. Hi Daniela, hi Greg. But yeah, I wanted to share this with you. Maybe a glimpse of what I wanted to, transfer came over to you. Let me know if that resonates with you. This feeling that it's not your body that is faulty, but it's those symptoms that allow us to dig deeper, to find a new direction in our life, to grow more as a person. Because when everything is going well, it's nice. But it's also, I really believe that healing, like those health challenges, are one of the most powerful ways on how to grow. And they're legit. They are not shameful or anything like that. They're a gift. They're literally a gift. If I turn the classes, or if I put on if I put from the judgment classes, take off the judgment classes and put on the curiosity glasses, and the classes that are looking for, wow, interesting. How can I collaborate with my body and explore this more? Exploring this more. This is what we're doing in Deeply Nourished now, in the new program that came out, how to transform bloating and malabsorption into digestive ease. And all we're doing is basically we're dancing with the symptom. We're getting so intimate with the symptom that the symptom can tell its story and then it can disappear, because it's there for a reason. Everybody says that it's there for a reason, but it's literally there for a reason. Okay, I'm getting very excited. Hi, Marilyn. Great to have you as well. Hi, Greg. So, guys, before we go to the questions, I have a few energy medicine tools that I want to share with you. However, if you post a question and you want them to be answered, please put 3 question marks in front of your question. That will help me when I go through like Daniela, just mirror Daniela. That will help me to just scan through in case we are becoming more people here on the chat. Sometimes it's very crowded. Sometimes it's rather quiet. So yeah, exactly like that, Steve. That's amazing. So that's a little intro here. We're having another sip. Greetings from Mexico. If you haven't, I've just joined now. All right. Good. So let's do some energy medicine, guys, shall we? So those tools that I'm going to share with you right now, they're for free. They're extremely powerful. They're very subtle in the beginning. So when you're just starting to reconnect with your body, you might not even feel anything immediately. Usually people feel it after a few minutes. You feel more tingling, you feel more grounded. Those techniques are amazing to reduce pain, to lower anxiety if you're dealing with panic attacks or with your adrenals being very active and you feel like, oh my God, I don't even know why I'm so hibbly. I just don't feel grounded. And sometimes it's even a physical anxiety that you're dealing with, just the adrenals, being very active, producing lots of cortisol, adrenaline. And it also improves your sleep, also can help with that. And guys, anything that supports these areas of your life is also improving these areas, these symptoms, is also improving your immune system. So whenever the parasympathicus, the nervous system that is responsible for relaxation, for sleep, for digestion, whenever this gets activated more, also your immune system has more space, more capacity. When the sympathicus is very active, the sympathicus is the part of the nervous system that is a fight and flight mode. And in this world right now, what we're living in, that part is overactive. It's very active all the time. We're going to react. Look, how do I look? What do I do? Am I doing this right? Boss looking over our shoulder. There's so much going on, so much like self-awareness, there's another word for that. Being very conscious of ourselves instead of, living from the inside out. So that will help with living from the inside out. Okay, guys. Princess. Hi, Princess. And Isaladin. Sounds interesting name. Let us know from where you're watching. I'm here in Mexico right now, Mexico, in Lo de Marcos, in a little pueblo, in a little village. And it's the weekend of the year where they're celebrating the village. So it's very festive. So if you hear some horses, some cockroaches, no, not cockroaches, cockerels, and some music, that's because of that. Jamaica, Nette, hello. Okay, off we go. Welcome. So let's do the energy medicine, shall we? And these energy techniques that I'm showing you right now are mainly inspired by a wonderful woman who is actually the pioneer of energy medicine. Her name is Donna Eden. If you just Google her, she's a ball of happiness. She's a very, very gentle woman, very smart, and just dedicated her whole life, like 45 plus years, to teaching people how to use energy to heal themselves. So one of the things we're going to do, and you can do this with me right now, and you don't just have to look at me and laugh your butt off, but you can actually do it. One of the things we do right now, we help your nervous system in your brain to relax. If you got glasses, now is a good moment to take them off. Rub the hands on each, just like that. And then hold one hand on the front. This stuff is so easy, it almost hurts. And one in the back. And just hold it there for a little bit. And breathe. And the good stuff about this, you can close your eyes if you want to, or you can stare at me if you have to. And just focusing on your breath, your feet on the ground, relaxing. The good stuff is why this works is because your hands are magnetic. Your whole body is an electromagnetic field. This is why also this grounding is so powerful, because it actually connects your nervous system and your neurological system and the electromagnetic field of your body with the earth. And this is what our body needs to be healthy. So that's no esoteric blah, blah. You can actually measure that. You can measure the electromagnetic field from people who, before they go to nature and after they come back from nature. This is why nature is such an amazing healing tool. So that's one of the things if you have that you can do. If you have, for example, anxiety, you're waking up and you're like, oh, or you have a headache, also really good. And that will help to balance the hemispheres of the brain as well, and just bring more calmness to the nervous system. Another one that I like a lot, and this is like, you could call it like a coffee break, but without the coffee, is to help energize your field and your body. Like, this is something you can feel literally. And for that one, I'm going to stand up. So you can stand up, just so you can see me. So you can always do the rubbing of the hands. It's not necessary, but it just, centers the energy. And then you put I like 2 fingers, but you can also just use 1. 2 fingers on your third eye. Now let's be in between your eyebrows, if you're in case like you do a third eye, what's that? And then you put the other two fingers in on your navel, yeah? So you can do that on the skin, works even better, but it also works with clothes, you know, if you don't want to take anything off, that's fine. And then you just feel your feet on the ground and breathe. And you do this for like 60 seconds. 60 seconds is enough to allow the chi, the energy flow in the front of your body to connect again. Because often we are very much connected from the back up here, but we're not so much connected in the forefront. And by help with your hands, they always communicate with each other. So if you bring those hands to these points, those points start communicating with each other. And you will see, like, you don't have to believe any of this stuff. If you're like, huh? You don't have to believe any of this stuff, but it actually works because you can feel it, literally. How I like Elon Musk and Tesla with the electronic cars just comes into my head right now. So that's another technique that you can do. And that's good in an afternoon slump, for example. If you feel like, oh, I'm very tired, you know, I feel like, oh, I don't really want to move. And so that's something. And you just breathe, you know, you literally just hold this for 60 seconds and you just breathe and notice how your body feels. Did anybody of you feel anything, guys? Anybody feel anything? Let me know in the chat box. You can be honest if you're kind of, that's fine. Melody, great you're joining. Melody is one of our gut feeler pioneers who helped to build and helped to create Deeply Nourished, the course. Falling forward, yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's another one, guy. George Trimbaker, as you are sharing this right now, I want to show you one last thing before we go to your questions. Here, the cowboys. Let me show you the cowboys as well. Some cowboys, some drunken cowboys. Usually there are all their horses right now, all these cowboys, you know, like the head and Mexican proud men. Let me see what I can get here. Oh, I get some organic celery. It's probably a good one. Okay. So you're going to love this. You're going to love this. Thank you for reminding me. George, you just inspired me. So back to the electricity. So this is something, guys, if you just do this, you know, you can do the energy medicine that I just showed you before, like with this and with that one. Before you do this, what I'm showing you right now, because it will help you to feel more connected and feel more sensitive to the feedback that your body gives. So this is a way of bioresonance, you know, of using your body as an antenna, actually listening to the antenna that your body is through asking things and through literally just feeling it. And one way to use that is to test food. Yay! To test food if that food at this moment in time right now is the right food for you. It's so simple. This is better than any allergy test. And it's more reliable because it's actually real, you know, and you can feel it. So the first thing you got to do before you touch the celery or anything else, this is an organic tiny celery that I got from an organic market. It's very hard to get organic here. First thing you got to do is you got to stand up. Yeah, I know. It's a little bit beach outfit here today because it's 30 degrees Celsius in here, literally. Thank you so much. So what you want to do is you want to close your eyes, stand on both your feet. I wish you could have, let's just try. Let's see more of this. My microphone. It's tiny. Anyway, stand up if you can, unless you're watching this in a car, then it's not recommended to stand up. Stand on both your feet, just spine upright. It's helpful to see the head, right? Okay, spine upright. And then all you do is you close your eyes Maybe you want to do a little bit of this before, connecting the palms of the hands. We just do one more cycle for everybody who just joined. In an afternoon slump, what you can do, 2 fingers together, one between your eyebrows, one on your navel. You don't have to push. This is not acupressure. Just hold them there and feel how it feels in your body. Breathe. Relax. You can also feel into your feet. And this kind of stuff, it's very gentle. So it kind of builds up. It's like a compound effect. In the beginning, you might not feel anything. And you're like, what the broccoli am I feeling here? But it builds up and it gets very, very clear that something is happening. And what that does is it connects the forefront of your energy field. If you've ever seen these meridians that the Chinese print on the bodies, that's what's going on. So it helps to energize your body in the forefront of your body, because usually our back is very much energized from the meridians going up here. I think it's the gallbladder one, and the stomach, and the stomach one is this one, goes up here. So you help basically connect that flow. So now we're going to get for the other exercise. So close your eyes, have your arms loose on your body, so it's not like you're not like a statue. Like there's going to be some fluidity. Foot, I feel like a yoga teacher. I never wanted to be a yoga teacher. Foot hip wide apart, and then you close your eyes, and then you wanna find out how your body responds. So we want to think yes. So you ask like yes. How does yes feel? Yes. And then you notice like if you're moving forward or backward or sideways. That's usually one of them. If that's a bit difficult for you and you're like, you can also say, my name is, and then use your name. So my name is Peggy. That's a yes. So for me, it's moving forward. If this is too fast for you, you can always come back to that. It's a recording. For me, yes is forward. We're finding out right now what yes and no is. And if I say my name is Bob, I'm falling backwards. Yeah. So that might take a bit of time. I just want to give you an example of how you can test it. You can test it with your name. And now we're going to go for the food. So I've got the celery here, and the response from my body will be always in the moment. So it will never be like, how is it going to be in 4 days? Am I going to, so if I eat, like maybe I already have drunken 10 liters of celery juice today, then my body might be saying no. Maybe it even says yes, but it might be saying no to the celery. It doesn't mean I'm allergic to celery or there's anything going on with the celery. It's just like body doesn't want celery right now. So the only answer you can get is this food right now, yes or no. So the way to do it is you hold it on your stomach and you hold that food. So it's good if you got a food right now. If not, you get it later. So you hold the food on your stomach, because that's where it's going to go. And then you close your eyes and you don't even have to ask anything. You just feel into your body and you feel what's the response. You breathe, you center, and then it's very subtle in the beginning. So in the beginning, you won't even, maybe it doesn't feel anything. So for me, it's like, it builds up. So for me, that was a yes. Oh, surprise! Haven't had any celery today. In the beginning, you might not feel anything. That might also be because that food is neutral and doesn't do anything for your body. Then I wouldn't recommend eating it. I would only recommend eating it when it's a yes, but it's also not going to hurt you. So yeah, that's a tool that you can use. And again, have to practice a little bit if you feel very disconnected from your body. So a good time to do that maybe then is more in the morning when you're coming out of the sleep state. The mind is not yet totally active and judgmental and disconnected, and you're still like, waking up, taking the food, trying out what happens. Yeah. Okay. So guys, those 3 techniques, rinse and repeat, helping the hemispheres balance and also energizing you and helping with anxiety. If you've got anxiety, rub your hands, hold it on the back and the forth. 60 seconds, totally enough. then connecting your energy field in an energy slump, navel, and your third eye, and then testing food by using your body as an antenna. Your body is always an antenna. We're just listening this time with that exercise. Okay. Sweet peas. Gut feelers. I'm so proud, by the way, that you're here, because I really believe that listening to our bodies and finding the answers inside and approaching the whole healing journey in a gentle way, in a fun way, in something that is not, you suffering and, oh my God, you poor thing, you have to fight this, you have to fight. No, you're going to have to fight this. You got to get more intimate with it, more intimacy with that symptom. Less resistance, more allowing, more curiosity, more like a kid. And that might sound strange when you have pain and you're like, Peggy, you are easy saying there. You're sitting in Mexico with your sun-browned skin and probably come out of the ocean right now. It's true, by the way. But I had a lot of suffering in my life. And seeing my parents, one of my parents died when I was 13, brain tumor, and saw a lot of suffering in my family and with the clients, and one of the things to suffer more is to put on judgment, to put on, there is something wrong with me. That's what everything makes it worse. Once we're shifting that, and that's not easy to shift because that's like a thing that everybody tells us, and we have been practicing that from our neurological pathways forever, for a long, long time. Something is going on, I have to fix it. My body is faulty. My body is showing me this is an opportunity to grow. This is an invitation. Sometimes it's very gentle and sometimes it's very intense because we're really ready for something new. And I really believe that in the end, you're going to be so much more powerful and so much more inspiring as well for other people. I also believe that healing is not just about you when you're suffering. It's not just about me healing my symptoms and you feeling better. It's about you becoming more of a leader, you becoming more of yourself, and by that already inspiring others. Even if you don't have a YouTube channel, you don't have to have a YouTube channel for being a gut feeler pioneer. So it's inevitable. Once you're on that path, you're always going to inspire other people and be a gift just by being yourself and moving through this. So let's look into your question, guys. If you got any questions, put 3 question marks in front and let's dive in. Let's dive in. Three question marks in front. Okay. And you can also share where you're watching from and how this is resonating with you so far, in case you don't have any question. Daniela, I can only digest food that's poured, blended, and vegetarian is better. How long would you be on a diet like this for? Once I go back, I get constipated. Can only digest food that's poured, blended, vegetarian is better. How long would you be on a diet like this for? Well, any question like how long, the only being that can answer that question is your body. And also, I'm not going to avoid your question, but like how long, that part is usually coming from here because we want to get away from it. So Daniela, that's exactly the resistance that's going to make it stay. Whatever we resist persists. Whatever we allow wants to change. So instead of asking how long, I would rather look into how can I support my body more? How can I, how can I understand the message? So it's very hard for me to say what's going on there. Usually when people have issues with digesting a diversity of foods or digesting food that is not blended, what I would recommend is mono meals. Just doing one thing, one food, just ripe bananas or just sweet potatoes cooked, just that, for giving the body a bit of space. And while that is happening, also listening inside, using tools that help you to listen to the message, to see what's going on, looking at how's your emotional well-being, how are the adrenals doing, how are your sleep patterns, is there anything where you feel like, hey, I know this is good for me, or I know I'm passionate about this, but I'm actually not doing it because da 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 da, because da 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 da. So it's always a dance, a dance to find out, what's this constipation. Maybe it's hydration, maybe just doing more cucumbers, doing a bit of cucumber juice in the morning, maybe some juice fasting, at least half of a day, to get the hydration going and give the body some time. Gentle exercise, doing some yoga to get the bowels moving and the lymphatic system moving as well. Those are things you could start with. Let me know if that helps. Princess R, what's a remedy for post-meal bloating? Post-meal bloating. Post-meal. Usually people have post-meal bloating, so it's not that uncommon. Ginger. Ginger is my favorite one. Let me see if I've got one here. Yes. What a coincidence. What a coincidence. So ginger, one of the most powerful painkillers. On some live Q&As before, I think they're maybe a half a year ago or something like that, I did lots of demonstrations with ginger during the beginning and like, hey, everybody choose some ginger. So this is a good size, if you, that part here, if you peel that one, then you chew it on one side quickly, crush the cells, and then you just swallow it with some water. That's a good one. Also, post-meal bloating, you don't want to drink when you eat. You want to find out what's causing the bloating. What's this going on? For finding out what's causing the bloating, one of the things you can also do is you can, before you eat stuff, you can test it out with the thing that I just showed you right now, Princess R. And you can also use your hands and literally, for the post-meal bloating, you can literally just put them here and let it be there. Maybe you want to sit on a chair to relax a bit more, or lie on the bed with the pillow up so it's not going to be too much pressure, and just tuning in. And you can even ask your body, how can I help? How can I next time make different choices? What do you need? Remember, guys, this is for everybody. Remember, guys, anything gut related, any gut issues you have, maybe gut pain, maybe constipation, maybe bloating, IBS, SIBO, all these stigmas, it doesn't matter. Gut bacteria always has its role in there. And for most people who have chronic gut issues, those probiotics and stuff that you can buy in a pill, they are firstly ineffective because they don't arrive in the small intestine, which is the hub for the good gut bacteria, basically like base camp, where they proliferate. You fill in the blanks. I don't arrive there because they are weak and the stomach acid kills them before. Even if they arrive there, they can be very overwhelming for the body. So one of the things you can do is you can go out in nature. You're like, gut bacteria, nature, yes. Barefoot, and then best thing would be you walk barefoot a little bit. And yes, I know somewhere it's cold. You don't have to do it forever, just a little bit every day. Get in touch with nature, do gardening barefoot. Get that dirt on your skin. So one of the things you can also do is when you're in the forest, you just lie on the ground. You help ground your body. Your body has contact with the earth, because guess what? There is all the bacteria that you need. All the bacteria is just around you. And with our protocols, with hand sanitizer and disinfectant here, and then the cleaning of the all these chemicals that we have as a household cleaners, guess what they do? They kill also your gut bacteria. They kill the bacteria in your lungs when you breathe it in, and they also kill your intestinal bacteria because it gets everywhere, that stuff. And it kills life. Bacteria is life. We are part of this, our body is made of bacteria and fungus and even viruses. So it's really a matter of you connecting more with your humanness, with your physical expression as a human. So getting into in the water as well. Ocean swimming, amazing if you got an ocean next to you, or lakes, natural water, whatever contact you can get with nature as much as possible. This is why people, when they do, when they have cancer or they really want to get well, they go somewhere like a retreat and they're surrounded by nature. It really works. So think of that more than, thinking of more like supplements and more pills and stuff. Let me know if that helped, Princess. Oh yeah, nettle, by the way, is also really good for bloating after a meal. But again, you don't want to drink and eat. That's also really, really important because it waters down your stomach acid and the digestive enzymes. So you want to, eat or drink, not both together. Eat half an hour before the meal, stop, eat, and then at least minimum 30 minutes later, you can start drinking again, but longer would be better. It's just a habit, really. And restaurants and things like that, they've got some bad habits for everybody. What would you like to drink while you're eating? Nothing. Save some money. Mila, I never feel full and I'm always hungry. What can be the reason? I'm sugar, gluten, egg, dairy free. Adrenals, Mila. Adrenals. Adrenal glands, if they are overproductive or they're imbalanced, they have an effect, like they are hormone bombs. They're hormone producers. They produce, one of the bigger ones are cortisol and adrenaline. And if they're very active or they are depleted, you will feel very hungry. So it's also interesting to look at, apart from supporting your adrenal glands more and reducing stress in your life, especially emotional trauma, that often has to do with the adrenals. So one of the first ones who suffer if we have emotional hardship in whatever form. That can be something that looks from the outside very small, but for you it's a big thing. Maybe your pet died, and for other people, oh, it's just a cat, or it's just a dog, or it was a rat, or whatever. But you had like this deep relationship, and it was your one and only friend, or whatever. And then the adrenals kick in, because the adrenals are all about survival. They're kicking in because it's like, oh my God, I have to survive. We have to survive. So anything that helps you to feel safe and so you feel grounded. Grounding would be a good one too. Grounding, doing those energy stuff that we did in the beginning, that will be really, really good for you. You can even put your hands, literally, your adrenal glands are about here. You can literally just put them there a little bit per day. When you're sitting or you're watching something, you just hold them there. And you will feel that your body will respond to this. Yeah, so those are things that you can do. Grounding foods, everything earth. Root vegetables, potatoes, anything that grows in the earth, rooting. It's really good for your adrenals. You also want to make sure you don't overdose the sugars and don't overdose the fat. Because that makes your blood sugar level spike. Stevia is really good for the adrenals as well. We talked about that in the beginning. I have that in here. You might see a little bit of green stuff. Stevia, pure stevia, the green leaves, just pulverized, is a really good one as well to support this feeling of not getting full, always hungry. It's because you're burning, like your adrenals, they are burning. Let me know if that helped, Mila. And let me know if that resonates. If you feel like, wow, there is maybe some trauma in my life and some stress that I had that is still active, and where I still feel like, it still, keeps me in this state of alertness. Breathing is another one. Breathing and any kinds of relaxation techniques, even yoga. If your mind is too active, do some yoga. I find yoga super boring. Never liked it, but I'm still doing it, because it's really good for the body. I put on my yoga pants and look like this normal yoga chick. I even bought a portable yoga mat. For traveling. So I'm gonna get back into that. But yeah, it's really good yoga. It's just not fun. I like dancing. Okay. Oh, Marilyn, thank you for the feedback. Marilyn, I think that was about the how you feel, right? After doing the exercise, more relaxed, more grounded, more connected in the heart. Amazing. Falling forward, calmer. strange thing in the fingers and in the third eye, like a small current. Yeah, Maria, that's exactly what we've been talking about. Because your hands, they connect with each other. It's like magnets. You imagine like a fridge, the magnet, that's what is happening. It's all the time happening. Even if you're a little bit sensitive and you're trained this, you can feel it in between your hands. What does all the energy healer do? You feel like this attraction. There's attraction, almost like a ball that is in between. So that's why this current is there. It's literally there. It connects these two wires. So goes like that through the body. Oh, Sarah is in Mexico too. Hola, San Miguel de Allende. I heard really good things about that little. It's actually not that small, about that town. You have beautiful houses there, right? Like beautiful center. Let me know. I heard about that. Mexico. It's probably a little bit cooler, right? Because it's inland. Okay, I'm just looking for broccoli. Okay. Melody, you did such a good job with helping to build the Deeply Nourished. I love to, give something back. How do you know if you have Candida or SIBO, or does it matter? Is the journey and protocol the same for both or completely different? Well, Melody, what do you think? Or what do your gut feelings say? Is it completely different for Candida or SIBO? Is there like the protocol for SIBO and the protocol for Candida, and you heal either or? No, of course not. Of course not, because the body is not a car. And even a car, the car parts, they work together. Because we've been told that there's this issue in your body, and then there's this issue and this issue. I will give you a supplement for this issue. I'll give you a pill for that one. And then that pill irritates this thing. It's like completely, how do you say, not nonsense, but it's very not honoring the intelligence of the body. So remember, everybody, that all those stigmas. I studied medicine for 4 years. Somebody was asking about my profession. This is my profession. This is what I do. I studied medicine for 4 years, and one of the things that I noticed the most there is the use of labels. There's people, when they come to me, oh, Peggy, do I have IBS? Do I have IBD? Do I have this and this? You know what IBS means? Irritable bowel syndrome. Anything that says syndrome is basically a better word of, we don't really know what's going on, but these things together, we give them a name. These kind of appearances together, we give them a name. Oh, there's a patient who has sometimes constipation, sometimes diarrhea, that has bloating and some pain. Okay, we'll put this together in a bowl and write on the bowl IBS. That's it. Guys, that's it. There is no such thing as the Candida. Okay, that's a fungi, yes. But like SIBO and this and this and this, it's not. This is all just a way of describing. Medicine is about describing symptoms, and that has nothing to do with healing. It's another way. It's very cool for the pharmacy, and it's very good for marketing because you can sell it. You've got this diagnosis and you need to take this pill. Put it together. But somebody who has the diagnosis of SIBO and somebody else who has the diagnosis of SIBO, they might need completely different things. Maybe for one person, it's about connecting more with their emotional well-being and connecting more with the pain that they had in their last marriage, which still causes them to be irritated and still causes them to not let go of things and to have malabsorption and all of that, which then has an effect on your immune system, on how your hormones work, on everything, on which bacteria thrives in your body, which viruses thrive, or if viruses thrive. And maybe person B with SIBO although they both did the breath test and have both the same test results, but this person has something else. They're eating eggs all the time, and eggs are very irritant for them, and they are very disconnected from nature, and they need to be more in nature, or their nervous system is very irritated. So it's like, it's not the same. You are you, and you are the person. So one of the things that I really, really love to bring in more and really stand for is letting those symptoms and letting those labels fall down. I understand that labels can be very helpful, especially if you're just making this transition into understanding that your body's not attacking itself and is not against you, and you have been suffering for such a long time, and you don't know what's going on with you, and then you did this one test, and finally you got like, okay, I have this. I'm not, like all the test results said to me before, I'm just imagining those things and everything is well. And now I have the label, I have something to hold on to. So don't get me wrong, I understand this, the relief that this label can give you, but it also can make you really stuck. It can also, like all those test results and things like that, some of them are useful, most of them are not. Most of them are inaccurate. They're actually, you go there, have a ton of symptoms, and the test results say, it's all good, it's all fine. And you're like, no, it's not all fine. Or the other way around, you go for a flu treatment, you have some flu, and then they take some blood, and they're like, oh, this and this and this and this on your blood results. And you start panicking. You felt okay before, and now suddenly you think like, oh my God, what's going on with me? Your immune system's going low because the adrenals ramping up because of fear. Oh, I must be allergic to this, and I shouldn't eat this. And I'm talking a lot. It's because I'm getting so passionate about it, and it really makes such a difference of how you approach whatever's going on with you. It's such a game changer, to learn to trust the body again, to have this deep trust again in your, that you're not gonna disappear. You're not gonna, I'm not gonna say you're not gonna die, because your body might, you not, because we're eternal. But it can be such a relief to make that transition. Okay, I'm coming off topic. Does this make sense, Melody? So no, there are not different protocols. It's like you create the protocol. You're kind of dancing with it. Let me know, by the way, Melody, let me know where you are right now in Deeply Nourished, which week, and how's it going? And remember, guys, anybody question, 3 question marks, please, in front. Paul, how do we heal brain fog and mental burnout? What would you say? How do we heal brain fog and mental burnout? I would say, from just tuning into that question, the kindness comes in a big time. Kindness, like this, allowing myself to feel the brain fog, to really feel the burnout, because what creates the burnout is the running away from it, running from one thing to the next, and kind of running away from being connected with myself. Because when you're connected to yourself, it will feel so painful to keep running away from yourself that you don't do it. Of course, there are some physical components which come into play, like there might be some viruses, some toxic heavy metals going on there. You might have, exhausted adrenal glands if their depression comes, if you feel like very low in energy, or you feel very much like I don't want to get out of bed. That's another one. What I would really do for you, Paul, like in your case, use the things that I just shared with you. So for you, if you have brain fog, one of the best things, this one. Yeah, you can even do this one. It's also good. Connects the hemispheres, the brain hemisphere, and just holding it there. So anything that helps you, touching your body, don't get me wrong, but touching your body, doing this one here, it's not good for the microphone, but like holding yourself. I know it sounds like really strange if I tell this like to a man or even to a woman, they're like, I don't do that. I can get my husband to do that, but not me. Yes, you yourself. That's what's needed to connect with yourself. And also this gesture, the pharaohs did it already, and the pharaohs in old Egypt, they were cool people. So it's a cool thing to do, and they were also men. So one of the things that this does is it holds ourselves. It's like you can even do it right now, even if you're not Paul and you have a totally different question, but just sensing what that does for you, because gestures are very, very powerful, and they're also, they sometimes even don't need your mind to understand it. Your body can feel it. It's like a gesture that helps your body feel more safe, to feel more love, to feel more, hey, I'm ready for you, I'm listening to you, I'm ready to listen. Because that's what burnout is a lot about. Mental burnout is a lot about allowing those centers of your being, so your mind, your heart, your body, to connect again. So have this energy, the communication flowing again. One of the things you can do is like this one, with the creating this energy flow. Water would be really good as well. Natural water, connecting with natural water, floating. Floating is really good for brain fog. So if you have one of those floating tanks, or ocean, lake, even better, anything natural. And just lying on the salt water if you can, floating is really good for the nervous system. Anything that helps the nervous system helps brain fog and mental burnout. Breathing is another one. Deep breathing techniques can be in combination with gentle stretching. That sometimes helps, because when we're very tight, we often feel like can't breathe, because it's all tight in here. It's all tight. So one of the things to like doing movements, and might be easier to have that guided with some yoga, Pilates, all this stuff, and then deepening the breath, things that focus on the breath. Not so good would be anything that is kind of Wim Hof breathing. In your case, I'm not against Wim Hof. In your case, because that can be very much activating for the adrenals, and very much like fight or flight. So anything gentle, anything slow, gentle, classical music, ocean waves, even just ocean sounds, waving from the left to the right, helps to balance the liquor in your spine. Guess what that does to the nervous system? Nervous system loves that. Yeah, so those are a few ideas. Let me know if you resonate with one of those, and let me know what you're taking away from that. What of those things that I said made the most resonance, and that you want to actually do in your life. Hope that helped, Paul. Okay, guys, do a little bit more questions, but there's so many. Did you see Melody? What did you say? Melody's on week 1. I feel like I need a few weeks with it. 5 steps forward, 2 steps back, but I love it. It's impossible to step back. Melody, everybody else, it's impossible. I know. Tesla, electronic cars. Moving to the future. I know it looks like it. It looks like, oh, you're back into this. We're back into this. But evolution is not able to stop. You can never go back. This is when if you ever got a really, really deep relationship, and you connected, like, intimacy on all levels, you connected with somebody like from your heart, your soul, your body. You cannot go back to one night stands with the stranger in the in the discotheque. It's just not satisfying. Or you do it a few times and you think like, what's that? You cannot go backwards. Evolution is not going backwards. So Melody, you're never going backwards. I can guarantee you. And if you want to stay longer on week 1, that's perfect. Trust your gut feelings on that. And thank you so much for sharing. Kindness